Hello everybody, the time has come indeed for that time of the week. I've said time twice. Yes, the grind show. A Saturday show keeping you in the know of the things that are coming into the game or things that are happening in a foreseeable week. From crystals expiring right the way through to new events and rotations of things like AQ and arenas. The Saturday show keeping you in the know, that's the grind show. And a lot of you know this is a collaboration project between myself and Dan at Frontline MCOC. As Dan puts together an amazing MCC calendar which you can subscribe to and sync with your Google Calendar, keeping you informed with stuff going on. And also Frontline MCC is a great resource for you from keeping tracks of things when it comes to crystals and champions going into said crystals, right the way through to breakdowns and guides of everything out there. It's a great place to go to keep yourself in the know as well. And you can also find Dan under the handle at Frontline MCOC on Twitter, where you can get first-hand information of things that are coming into the game and happening. Now let's kick off the show as we normally do with what's happening on Saturday. Why do we start on Saturday? Well, I've explained that a million times. I'm not going to do that again, but yeah, so what's going on Saturday is that it is completely quiet. Sometimes I do mention it for reasons, but I'm not gonna mention it again, because if you watch the show, you watch it each week, then you know why I mention about Saturdays. On Sunday is the refresh of the Milestone rewards for Incursions for those that are interested, and indeed for those that do it. And also the other thing that's going on is that we've got a little arena, if I can get out of this, which I can't because kabam, as it will be the Alpha Catalyst arena that will be dropping in. You know, the one where you get the class Catalyst crystal, the one that I think people still do, the one that kabam haven't really kind of dealt with in any kind of way. Deal with it, kabam. Put something new in place. Or spice it up. Monday, and we've got a little bit of something going on, which makes a change. So for those that buy the Summoner Sigil, you get your refresh as you normally do on a weekly basis with your Black Ice Market. Use it, spice it up, grab it, hold it, caress it, do whatever you want if you have the Summoner Sigil. I don't know, that I assume that's what people with the Summoner Sigil do. But also, we'll see an end to the AQ cycle. So AQ cycle ends on Monday, so that's good because, you know, it comes around and goes so blinking quickly. There's also going to see the round 2 of the arena of Stark Enhanced Spiderman and Cap Wilson, or Sam Wilson, Captain America, whatever, however you want to describe it. It's round 2 will be on then. So keep locked to the channel. Marvel Contest Champions new show Monday normally goes over the arena predictions and results, and we see where it's kind of coming and better ways of predicting, because it's a real shot in the dark on a Thursday. It makes it more easier to predict the following week. On Tuesday, the British Day of Chewing, there is nothing on. But there is some roster availability from AQ and AW, so if you're feeling the pinch for certain champions you want to use for certain bits of content, I'm talking like endgame content, then utilize this time as much as possible. Get some stuff done, catch up, kind of like set yourself a challenge, a target, a goal. It just means that whilst you're kind of like doing that, you're working towards something we always say on the channel. On Wednesday, it is week 3 of the All My Iron Men side quest. Now, something to note that if you didn't know already is that the next one, which is chapter 3, you might potentially go to yourself, oh, I can get chapter 3 all done and all the side quest all done. Well, according to Commandment, the way that the rollout works is that you will only get chapter 3 quest 1, not quest 2. So do be warned about that. If you're going to miss this video, I'll probably expect like a load of messages saying, why isn't chapter 3 quest 2 being opened up? And the answer is that you should have turned up to the video, then you might know. Also, I've probably covered it about 3 other times in other bits of content. So hopefully people know by now that you won't be able to access the quest 2. There's also some other stuff going on Wednesday. So there's going to be an Alpha Catalyst arena, so that kind of like will rotate round again, which is good news for those that grind out and want tier 1 alphas. But the other thing is, like, well, not many people will be interested in it unless you've really got to force yourself, because there's, I don't know, some kind of like arena wins on at the time for a solo event. Those solo events do be good to go and grind. Go grind them. And the final thing is that it's going to be Alliance Quest Enlistment. Yes, next Wednesday it was going to be it's going to be Alliance Quest Enlistment, if I can get my words out. And yeah, so that's kind of like important. Officers, be ready. It's the time is on the way. Moving on to Thursday. Thursday does see the AQ starting again. As soon as AQ's over, it starts again, my friends. It really does. There's also an Alliance Wars on at the time, so it's optional for you if you're kind of like doing AW not. It's going to be non-season, so again, down to that. Still need to find out more information about the next season, the follow-up, season 32, I want to say. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, but also not much else is on. There is some old champions that will be a feature champion going into the arena. We don't know what it's going to be. It could be at random. Who it's going to be, you know, anybody's guesses. That's the first thing. And the second thing with arena is that it's going to be everybody's favorite. Actually, it's probably like I think a lot of people are actually going to grind out for this. Peni Parker is going into the basic arena, and Peni Parker's got a lot of kind of like positivity around the champion. I enjoy it. I have Peni Parker up to rank 2, and as well I've utilized her in a few things. I'm just finding my feet with kind of rotating her into a regular slot of champions I use. But definitely, if there's a certain situation I feel that she's going to be good for, I will indeed use her. But I guess it's just one of these situations of going, she's just on a list of champions that could interact with X number of end game bosses, paths, and being a good champion to take on things like the Cavalier difficulty on a monthly basis. So yeah, just having options to things is ideal. And now on to Friday, ending the week as we normally do with a Friday. There isn't much going on, and I would say the only thing I know that is definite, first of all, is Incursion Milestone resets. Yes, they reset. For those that want to get those lovely little Incursions artifacts from the milestones, having the milestones resets, good. A little bit of gold as well for your trouble. Very, very nice. But at the same time, something else to consider is that we could potentially see some information on next month, so like the month of March. Although this event does actually massively overlap into March. I say massive, well, it's like 12 days into March. It's a pretty big overlap from one content to the other. So that's really the thing to kind of like say, like we could see new content teasing, maybe for Act 7.4, maybe for something new that's coming into the game. In the month of March, it's going to be I think it's March time for the beta for the input system improvements. So that could be something to watch out for. But as well, there could be some early teasers about the Battlegrounds, which I think is April for the drop of that. So do be warned, there could be some stuff like that. But if not, it will be into the following week, which will probably be like the first week of March, which again, very, very weird. But I think that's just the way the Kabam have kind of like rolling in some stuff. And I normally end these grind shows with my top tips for the week. And it's a bit of one of these things, but I've already put out a video about my top 5 tips for February, including preparation, looking at focus. And I guess that's really it. It's like, well, I've done all the coverage, so I don't know if I could really do any kind of like extra tips. Then if you haven't seen the video, go and see the video. And just like in a nutshell, when it comes to just like preparation for that video, I think the one thing is kind of identifying the amount of days left. Solo events, I massively, since I stopped spending in Marvel content, maybe this is kind of like, okay, my tip is from going from spending to non-spending, and those are free to play, of utilizing, grabbing items to use as opposed to spending your units. One of my biggest challenges since the start of the year was to use items more if I felt that I needed to, but using units less. That's the thing there. Because I went non-spending after the 25th, so December, like Christmas Day. After Christmas Day, I decided not to spend. And transitioning from non-spending to free to play is actually fine. Like, I think well, I don't think there's any kind of problem really with being free to play, or kind of going from spending to free to play. But definitely the process is like, how do I minimize my spend of units? And I think one of the key things is just doing solo events. Solo events on a daily basis are a key thing. Like, I do plan my schedule around, like today, when I'm recording this, event quest completion's on. Now, how, as I said, like the process of doing that is that I will indeed do my event quest grind. We'll leave, as you can see here, the last 2, and kind of do it when event quest completion's on, because it just means for maximizing points, the same way that I save a lot of leveling up certain champions to level up being on. That's why it's a slower process, and why you don't see me do too many rank up videos, is because I do try and rotate it around maximizing my take home in different areas and benefiting myself. So you can see like the final points is, or get to the units, is 22,500. That's my plan, 22,500. And the best process for this is indeed to kind of like have a look at Cavalier grind. And a Cavalier Cavalier grind gets from doing their 7,000 and 6,000 respectively, which, let's face it, on those particular rotations, it's 6 times 4, so I have to do 4 more times, and it's good, like, what, 5 to 6, maybe even 7 paths in some of these other bits there, so I can balance between grinding them out. Same thing with doing arena wins. I just go and use 6 stars, and sometimes I don't even grind the arenas that are featured because I use the 6 stars for that, and then focus my attention more on Summoner Trials, which I haven't at the moment, but that's because I'm busy with other projects. So yeah, that's really the tip. As I said, like, it's very difficult because I've just done a top 5 tips of the month type of video, which kind of cover it. So kind of saying that's the transition from spending to non-spending, and also free to play. You know, just a quick thing on how to kind of focus your attention in one area to minimize your unit spend, which is the main thing that is really important. So you can spend more for those July 4th deals and save up. But yeah, that's been the video. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks very much for supporting. Cheers to Dan as always, and see you all later on for another video, or if not, tomorrow for a fresh video. Cheers everybody. Bye bye.